Hi, this is Morgan Walton, and this is my Module 10 case study for EDL 856. So to summarize the case and establish the facts, what is happening? We have a PTA that has discontinued the affiliation with the National PTA. I, as the principal, am a little bit concerned about this because they formed a newly formed parent organization, and they would like more control over the school policy, events, decision-making, involvement with the teachers, and evaluation. And they're also having separate meetings without myself. They've had a previous meeting before our current meeting, and they kind of made some decisions without me, so that concerns me as this is my building. The previous meetings, I don't know where they happened or when they happened, but the current meeting happened in my office at the school, where they informed me of the changes that they would like to make. Who's involved? Currently, it's the parent organization and myself, the principal. And then what do the parties have to say? The organization has a lot of stipulations and changes that they would like to make. They would like to change back-to-school events to have meetings with parents and teachers as an option every night of the week, depending on the subjects that the parents, depending on the different days. Parents can choose to attend those. Different subjects would be assigned for every day of the week, and that would be in addition to parent-teacher conferences. They would also like to be more involved with the decision and policy making within our school. Even though they know that the board and the district have policies, they want to be involved with in addition to that. They would also like to have a greater role in developing and deciding on those policies more than they currently do. And then they also have already established some parent committees on the topics of discipline, teacher performance, curriculum, and then the total school evaluation. Some legal and ethical issues. There's definitely an issue with confidentiality. Parent observations of the lessons and having teacher observations, it involves students, and that creates a huge red flag for me with confidentiality. And then also the involvement of the policies and the events. What are they wanting to be involved with, and how does that interfere with our with FERPA and HIPAA and different confidentiality policies that our school has? And then teacher contracts. Having those back to school nights are not built into the student or to the teacher contracts. So I, as a principal, will not force my teachers to work more than their contractual time. We all know that teachers work well over the time that they are contracted anyways. So to ask them to be there every night of the week for the beginning of the school year is a little much, in my opinion. And then the school Board of Education policies. What policies are being violated by this? So in one sentence, to summarize everything, a newly formed parent organization is wanting more involvement and say in the policies and decisions that are made within the school. To synthesize the facts, the people that are involved, the parent organization, the president is a young attorney. We don't know who the representatives are, as those were previously chosen and they weren't stated in the case study. I myself, the principal, is involved, and then I'm not sure on the teacher involvement. That's an unknown fact right there. I don't know anything about the school. I don't know if it's an elementary school or a high school. I don't know the demographics of it, if it's urban, suburban, rural. And then I also don't know the physical conditions of the school or anything about it in general. For the program, we do know about their back-to-school nights, how in the past it was more to meet the teachers and learn the student schedules, and that they would like to change it to meetings and conferences throughout the week. Again, we don't know the grade levels that this school teaches, and we don't know the district and the Board of Education policies that could be violated by this organization's ideas. So to review and prioritize, could it be damaging to the stakeholders? Absolutely. The teachers are greatly affected if they are required to come in later than their contractual time. That can be a huge issue and should be, in my opinion. The students are directly affected and damaged by this because their teachers are going to be stressed. Their parents could be frustrated on either side of it. And it could be even more confusing for the parents if they're coming in multiple times a week to learn all these different strategies and ideas from the teachers. And then the administrators could cause a lot of turmoil, stress, additional tension with the organization. Who has an important stake? All of the above. The teachers, the students, the administrators, and then additionally the community. What tension is this going to cause depending on how this is resolved? Have all relevant stakeholders been consulted? It's unknown how involved the teachers are at this point. I'm assuming that they're not involved. So in my opinion, no, not all of the relevant stakeholders have been consulted because this directly affects the teachers. What more can I learn? Teacher thoughts and opinions. What are their thoughts about what the organization is wanting? What are the board policies? And then as the principal, I would consult the superintendent as well as other administrators within my district and say, how would you solve this issue? What are your thoughts on this? What policies are being violated in this situation? And then ask for guidance and assistance. And there's nothing wrong with looking to others for assistance, especially when you're dealing with such a strong organization as this case study pronounces. Possible options. So I have 4 options. The first one is do nothing. Let the organization proceed, implement everything that they're wanting, be involved in the policies and the decisions, and they will control and change back to school events. Let them take control of everything that they are wanting to do. Option 2 is my harshest response to them. Deny the organization their wishes, don't implement anything that they would like to change, and then create my own ideas and tasks for the organization to do and handle. Option 3, approve some but not all of their ideas. Approve a few of the tasks such as updating back to school nights, even though I wouldn't necessarily update them in the way that they stated in the case study. Assist with the conferences, but possibly not be as involved by dictating what is discussed and what is taught to the parents at those conferences. And then be somewhat involved in the process of making decisions, involve them in looking at new curriculums or determining how, looking into the process of making different decisions like what events need to occur, what parents, maybe they can be the connection between the rest of the parents in the school and what parents are looking for within our school district. And then option 4, collaborate, work together to determine better plans and options, determine their highest wishes and work to accommodate for those so that everyone can agree on, and then build committee groups together that fit the school's needs, not necessarily the groups that they have already determined. So let's evaluate the options. Option 1, no action taken. This keeps the organization happy and avoids tensions with those stakeholders and the parents that are involved. Cons, definite legal issues, ethical issues, and the organization has way too much control, in my opinion. They are way too involved and taking over things that not necessarily are important for parents to take over. Option 2 is the harshest response. We avoid legal and ethical issues, and we keep the control with the school and the teachers and the administration. Cons, definitely going to cause a lot of tension with the organization. Could cause negative thoughts of myself, the principal. If I shut down everything and don't let them feel that they are valued, then that's going to cause a lot of issues. And that could lead to some involvement with a higher authority. If the organization is not happy with the way that I handled it, they could go above me to the superintendent and lead to some larger issues. Option 3, approve some but not all. It helps the organization feel some success that some of their ideas were taken. And the main causes of concern won't be approved. So anything that has legal or ethical issues, we wouldn't approve those. That would definitely be a positive in that sense. And cons, the organization may not be pleased enough. They may not feel valued enough if not everything is accepted. And then the stakeholders may feel manipulated. If I help them give some success but take some things away, they may feel like I manipulated them, and I definitely don't want that. And then option 4, collaborate. So the pros of this, we're building relationships. We're working together to do this. We're keeping the peace and the positivity. We're taking their ideas and tweaking them to make it fit for everyone. And then changes are made that everyone approves of. Cons, it will take time to redo the plans, time that we may not have and the organization may not be happy with. And then we do avoid legal and ethical issues. but at what stake? What does this, at what cost? Is that worth it to deal with the parents in a negative sense? Is it going to be worth it? That's just something to definitely consider. So what's the best option? Option 4 is definitely the best option here. We build relationships with the organization. We keep the peace and the positivity within the organization, the staff, and the principal. We make changes that everyone approves of and has been involved in. We work together to do all of these things. And then we avoid those legal and ethical issues. And in my opinion, if we're avoiding them, then it should fit for everyone. Because the organization definitely doesn't not want to be involved with a lawsuit or legal and ethical issues within the school. So in my opinion, these are the things leading to this as being the best option. But mainly it's keeping that positive relationship with the organization and working together to create new committees and determine what their highest needs are or wishes, and tweaking things to make it fit and explaining to them why it needs to be this way. So the implementation. First off, I would thank the organization for their input and wanting to be involved. There's nothing worse than an administrator or someone above you completely shutting you down and not thanking you for the time and the effort that you are putting in. So that's the first thing I would do. Then I would discuss the concerns that I have with their ideas, legal concerns with FERPA, the teacher contracts, breaching or violating those contracts, and not abiding by district policy, and also confidentiality. So I would discuss these concerns and definitely have backup and proof that these are concerns that any administrator should have. The third thing I would do is provide the idea of collaborating together on new tasks, such as adapting a few of their current ideas, such as the back-to-school events. Instead of being in 1 week, maybe we spread them over a little bit of time. We should also maybe try to incorporate it into teachers' time already to where they would not be working in additional hours, if that's possible. And then adapting the committees to meet the school's needs, not necessarily about teacher performance, discipline, or total school evaluation. Maybe we have a committee that's involved with the curriculum. Maybe we have a committee that's involved with how we can support teachers during conference time. Maybe we have a field trip committee, fundraising. These are committees that are positive and they are involved with the school, but they definitely don't make the decisions that are a little more towards the teachers and what the school should be making. And then collaborate with the organization and the staff to determine these ideas as well as new ones. Come up with new ideas and involve the staff because they do know our students the best. Additionally, what might happen? We could involve the superintendent if needed. And what do we do if the organization does not respond positively? This is definitely where I would involve the superintendent. Maybe he or she could assist in helping explain why things needed to be adapted or changed. And then if nothing else, if we still aren't getting a positive vibe from them and nothing can be worked out, then that's where we may have to decide that things are going to have to change whether the organization approves or not, or maybe a different organization or different representatives need to be determined. Who needs to know about all of these? The organization members, teachers, staff, and possibly the superintendent if it's not a positive reception from the organization. So these are the things that I would do to discuss and solve the case study as was provided for us. I appreciate you watching. Thank you.